before she graduated from Juilliard, Viola was pregnant. She found out she was pregnant 2 weeks before her graduation, but she also knew that she didn't want to have it. She knew that she didn't want to be without her dreams, because she just thought, who
No.
am I without my dreams? And that's exactly how I felt when I had my abortion, because I had finally gone through my depression. I had finally woken up. I had finally started to love myself for the first time ever. And I was saving up and getting ready to move over to London. So life was just beginning. And also, I did not want anything to do with the guy that, would have been
Yeah.
the father. I didn't want him in my life forever. So I had no doubt either, because I just thought, I don't want to give up on my dream. And isn't it sad, Oklahoma has just now made abortion illegal, except for certain types of pregnancy like rape and so on. But if you have a mishap with your boyfriend, then that's it. It's ridiculous.
It is.
And
And I
I
think,
didn't I didn't mean to get pregnant, you know.
no,
I didn't
no,
aim
and
to.
no. And, I know that, there's a lot of people that have made that decision. A lot of women have had to make that decision, whether it's, you don't mean to, you could be the safest of the safest. You could have been on the pill, but you might have been, it's just one of those things, when
Yeah.
it comes to nature and
Yeah.
life, it can't be prevented
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
And I know, people have, and it's a lot of things that women have done where it's like, I don't, don't don't want to have it with this guy. It's not the right time.
Yeah.
It's not a good relationship. The person might, he might be the headache in my life for the rest of my life. It's not what I want the child to have a father like this, as
Yeah.
well as your career, because I know you can go back, as one of my brothers would say, we're modern women and we are going out there and we're having to work,
Yeah.
it's, and even now, it's not even about, for me, being a modern woman. Sometimes you need two people. If you're not, as wealthy, you need two people to bring that income in. It's not easy to run a home, to pay the bills, to own a property. Even renting it's extortionate,
Yeah.
so sometimes you do need two wages. Again, things have changed. The
Yeah.
gadgets, all these luxuries that we have has made things so much difficult compared to the simple life that we
Yeah.
had back in the days.
Yeah.
Even childcare is expensive.
Yeah.
And and again, it's looking at the network of people around you, because
Yeah.
who's going to support me while I'm
And who
working,
would
and when
Viola
you
have
are
had?
exactly. So I can understand why women choose to do that. I get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It's not the right time.
No.
And and at the end it's like, if things don't work out with the person that you're with, how will you cope financially?
Yeah.
Like Viola, she's seen what it's been like in having two parents and what she lived in.
And
She
they're
wants
just
to.
they're still depending on her in so many
Exactly.
ways.
Exactly. So she has to, at the end of the day, she has to, she doesn't feel that she's financially secure.
No.
She doesn't feel that it's the right time. She's got so much more to do
Well,
to
she
get to
also
where,
had a $56,000 student loan.
yeah, which was a lot. That's a lot of money.
Yeah. That's a
You
lot
know,
of
it,
money. And, she also, she was having to take on any roles that she could. She just wanted to work. So pregnancy would have got in the way of that. A baby would have
definitely
made her stop working.
working, and you're
Yeah.
just taking off.
Yeah.
You're just
Life's
trying
just
to
beginning.
now. Yeah, it's the beginning.
Yeah,
So, I think a
absolutely.
lot of women make that choice.
Yeah.
And it's sad what we have to go through as women.
Yeah. But she finally got onto into a great play. I can't remember what it was called, but it was on Broadway. Halle Berry
Yes.
came along and Angela Bassett came along.
Yes.
And Halle Berry back in the day, she was already known. These women were already known and out there in
Exactly.
films.
Exactly.
Yeah. Seven
It's really weird
Guitars,
when
I
you
think it was
said Hailey
called.
Berry, because I'm thinking, wasn't she before Hailey Berry? It's really weird, because I
Yeah.
remember Hailey, my brothers, everyone fancying her. But
Yeah.
I didn't realise that Viola
Husband.
was a bit behind. I didn't realise
Yeah.
that, to be honest. So that was a
Well,
shocker when I
yeah, because Viola came to fame late at a later age.
mm,
Yeah, Hallie was younger. Um, but while she was starting to earn money, she said, I wanted to start saving everyone in my family. And she said, you make it out and go back to pull everyone else out. And I thought, of course you do. You want to be able to look after your family if you've come into money. But she said, it's very interesting how the money that they asked for became more and more. And now I
yeah,
want a car, and can you buy me a
yeah.
house? And oh my goodness.
I get it. When you've come from poverty, you just want to make sure that you uplift your family with you.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that you want to do, because it's that love and it's that commitment. But at the same time, I was sort of thinking to myself, if I was my siblings were rich and famous, would I be expecting them to be looking? I don't think I would be.
No.
Would I ask them to help me out, to buy me a car? I don't think I would. I don't, the only time maybe I would ask them is if I really was struggling with like a bill or something. I don't know. And even then, I don't know. I wouldn't, that's a funny one. But again, everybody's different. But I don't think, for me as a person, I don't think I would want to know that I'm doing it on my own. I would want my sibling to be giving it to me because they want to give it to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'll decide whether I take it or not. But
yeah.
I don't know personally if I would have gone to a sibling for expecting, because they've done so well, expecting
a handout.
A handout.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she then went on to make a couple of movies, so Out of Sight with Jennifer Lopez, and starting to be surrounded by all these things. But then she had I'm just going to finish with this one because I'm going to ask you the same thing, but she had that friend of hers say to her, you need someone in your life. Why haven't you got someone in your life? And he told her that she needs to get on her knees and actually pray to God for exactly what she wants in a man. And I mean, I'm sometimes I pray to, I don't know, whatever it is out there, I don't direct it to a God necessarily, but sometimes I pray and I feel like a couple of times it's been answered. So when I was about 31, 32, I wrote a list of exactly what I wanted. I didn't get exactly what I wanted. There was way too many things on that list. I wanted him to be well-traveled. Well, Andrew's never even used his passport, but the very, very one top thing that was on my list was to treat my sister like his own sister. And I got that.
That's good.
Above and beyond, that. And to me, that was the number one most important thing.
Yes, of course.
And when I came back from England, I asked, so my auntie for 20 years or whatever had been holding onto my grandmother's necklace for me in her safe. And I said, don't give it to me yet. I'm not ready to take it yet, because I was traveling and, living in share houses and all these things. Like, I wasn't settled. I said, don't give it to me yet. And when I came back from England, I said, I'm ready. I want to have it now. And she gave it to me, and she gave it to me in a box with butterflies and everything. Everyone associates butterflies with me. And I hung it above my bed, and it has a little thing of Mary and so on, this gold pendant and necklace. And I hung it above my bed. And every night I went to bed and I touched it, and I said, Nonna, I'm ready. You can send him now. I'm ready. And I would tell her every night, I'm ready. 6 months later, Andrew walked into my life.
There you go.
Because I was ready and I was putting it out there. I'm ready for him. And, I really wonder, when you put it out there in the world, sometimes it is very, very powerful.
I mean, read a lot of stuff. So when I quote things, I can't remember where I've got it from, but they say that you're born with this intuition, and as you get older, it kind of goes. So I suppose back then people would have called you a witch and things like that. And I very much believe what they're saying, because, you know, like there'd be a moment where you'd be thinking about somebody and then they ring you, you know, it's just that whole kind of thing. And wasn't it The Secret that said, you know, think the things that you want, write it down, think about it, think it, and whatever, and whatever.
And
And
to imagine you're already there. It's already,
exactly.
You already have it.
And I think we have got this energy field around us, okay? And I feel you can direct your well-being and just everything using that, whatever, spiritual, whatever you want to call it, because some people are religious, some people are not, or whatever. I think it's just being in tune with your well-being, the earth, the world,
what you're letting in and out around you,
that energy force. Because if you look at it, you know, the energy force, you know,
and other people's energy.
We are a part of this whole world and this whole. Can you hear the thunder?
Yeah.
We are a part of all of this. We are a part of life and this sort of this energy. So I think, yes, I think I think it's important to have positive thoughts. So I believe that, you know, when you have positivity, that positive aura, that positive thought, I believe then it happens, you know, because it's uplifting you in so many ways and it's making your eyes a little bit open. When you have those negative thoughts, it always stops you, it always suppresses you, and you never achieve or get what you want to get. But when you've got this positive direction and you've got a clear picture of what you want, I believe that it works. I really do.
The green lights.
You know, definitely that green light. So with Viola, she knew, she wrote down, or she had
she got on her knees and prayed.
Yes, she got on it, and she said she hadn't prayed in a very long time in that respect.
Yeah.
You know, and usually, you know, if she's praying, get me out of this place, this place that I'm in.
Yeah.
You know, more than anything else, please feed me, praying for food, you know, those are the things. But I suppose she would never have thought, you know, praying for man. But I mean, when he said that, when the friend said that, I was like, well, you know, do you have to have a man in your life? Why is it people always assume you've got to do this, you've got to do, you know, I mean, do you have to? I mean, do you understand what I mean? Was that really important? But maybe I think what the person was trying to say, it was a guy, wasn't it, actually? I think it was a guy. Yeah. I think what he was maybe trying to say is maybe getting someone to love her, to have that extra support, you know,
to find her person.
Not that you can't have it anywhere else, but maybe just finding that soulmate is, I think, maybe what because she's gone, you know, she, like I said, she doesn't really mention a lot of like friends or, you know, going through as such.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what he meant, that she needed somebody in her life, be it a male or female, but she needed somebody in her life to show her love, to give her love, and for her to learn about love as well. Because she did
have a boyfriend that certainly
she did for 6 years, wasn't it? And but she didn't know what relationships were. You got to give to get and get to give, and she didn't really have a clue. And he ended up not being very faithful anyway. So and she thought she loved him, but you know, she really didn't know
what love is,
because she didn't have the role model in her home. And I suppose, again, communication plays a very big part as well. She didn't, you know, the communication between the so-called boyfriend for 6 years, you know, I remember, was it the friend said, oh, but did you agree to live with him, or is it you just go and use the place when you come
on the weekend? Yeah, exactly.
But that was, you know, she just assumed, and you can't assume in a relationship or anything in life, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I do believe
it's raining heavy now here.
Raining now. It stopped here.
Yeah, it's going your side of the world and my side of the world.
Yeah, it was sunny and now it's grey. Yeah.
Mm. There you go. Well, thank you.